What's going on, guys? Dan the Marketing Man here. Today I'm talking about SMMA outreach. Now, the reason why I decided to talk about SMMA outreach today is because both of my appointment setters are out today. So that means nobody's doing any cold calls. We're just doing some basic social media LinkedIn outreach today, which not my personal favorite, but without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about are your numbers. This is going to be so important as far as scaling your agency goes. If you've had no clients, this is something that we're going to need to find out. And luckily for you, you can find out pretty quickly what your numbers are. So for example, one question that I get a lot is, Daniel, how many calls should I be making per day if I want to get to $10,000 per month? Well, that is variable depending on who you are. For example, if I'm the best salesperson in the world, I only need to talk to 4 people today if I want to close 1 deal. If I'm the best salesperson in the world, right? But if you're just starting out, or even if you're just decent, that number is going to be different. So you have to first find out what that number is by taking action. I started doing cold calls back in October of 2020, and I know now that if I were to spend an hour or 2 on the phone, I'll be able to probably dial 100 to 200 dials. I'll talk to maybe 10 to 20 people, and out of 10, usually I'll get 2 or 3 yeses. And that's on a cold lead. We're talking about on cold calls, my numbers for that are 2 or 3 out of 10. People will say yes, that they're interested. So what is that number for you? I recommend you get on the phone, you get rejected, you get cussed out, you get over all the basic fear and garbage that has been programmed into your brain since you were a little kid. It's okay to make cold calls and it's okay to get rejected. No one's going to kill you. I promise no one's going to punch you through the phone. If that does, please comment down below and I will make sure that I personally send you $1 million if you get on the phone with somebody today and you say, hey, I was wondering if you're interested in getting digital marketing services, and they literally punch you through the phone. If that happens, comment right now, I got punched in the face on the phone, and if you have video evidence, then I'll send you $1 million right now through PayPal. But I wanted to make that kind of like a joke, because if we laugh about it, it's easier to talk about, especially if you're really uncomfortable being on the phone. I know I was 5 months ago when I first started. I hated the phone, but now that I understand how my brain works, I understand the mindset that you have to have while you're on the phone. Here are some just clips of me smiling while I'm on the phone making cold calls, right? You really have to start changing your attitude while you're on the phone. And that's gonna be the fastest way to know your numbers, because if you go through the pain, if you go through the uncomfortable zone, if you get out of your comfort zone and you start making those calls and you have a great attitude, a fuck it attitude, then you'll maybe have a different view on cold calling, and maybe you'll start to love it like me. I love making cold calls. Of course, in my agency, I'm not always making cold calls. Like today, for example, I don't have any appointment setters making cold calls, so I won't be doing that. But at the moment, I've been able to scale, so I'm not just doing cold calls anymore. Back in 2020, I literally scaled to $10,000 a month only doing cold calls. But that was because I was a savage and I was ruthless about that goal, where I was like, nothing is going to stop me from getting to $10,000. So, I mean, it was pretty easy. I knew my numbers, right? If I dial for an hour a day, typically I'll talk to 10 to 15 people, and out of them, I'll usually get 2 to 4 people to say yes. It's about a funnel, right? At the very top of the funnel, you have a list of people who are just aware of who you are. And what you're doing every time you follow up with them, after the cold call, you're just pushing them further and further down that funnel until officially you finally have your first closed client. So it's a numbers game, okay? Anybody that does cold calls will tell you that. You just have to know your numbers. And the second thing, I kind of touched on this already, but it's attitude. What is your attitude when you're on the phone? How much outreach do you have to make for you to get a client, right? So for you, is your attitude stopping you from learning what your numbers are? Is your attitude stopping you from hitting your first client? Maybe you have a client, maybe you have 2 clients. Is your attitude stopping you from getting 3, 4, 5 clients? Is your attitude stopping you from getting to that $10,000 mark and ultimately that $100,000 mark? Because personally, I've never made $100,000 in a year, but I do know that I'm on track to hit that, and actually a little bit more. But that's only because I've taken the actions previously to finally hit those numbers. This year hopefully will be the first year in my life where I hit 6 figures ever, and I really hope I'm gonna get there. I mean, at this point, I am on track to hit that. So I will keep you guys updated probably by August, because by September, because I started in October. So I guess maybe around that time I'll update you guys to see if we finally hit 6 figures. But it all comes down to your attitude, because your attitude's going to determine your behaviors. Your behaviors are going to determine your results. And ultimately, that's what you need to do. You need to start controlling your thoughts. So hopefully you start to improve your attitude, right? Watch some of my videos. As I already mentioned, go back and look at the type of attitude that I have. There's even a video where I have somebody who's super angry that I'm calling them. And what do? I smile aggressively hard. Not only because, you know, it's like funny to me, but it's just like, why would this stop me from hitting my goal? Why am I gonna let one guy on one call stop me from hitting my goals of $10,000 a month? I only need 4 people. I only need 4 people per month to tell me yes, that they are interested in getting services with me to hit that goal. So I'm not gonna let one guy stop me from getting there. So think about your attitude. The third thing is your skills. You have to make sure that you get your skills better every single day. If you improve every single day 1%, that means 1 month from now, you'll be 30% better. So it's about the small changes, right? Even though in a short amount of time you can get huge results, like me, for example, I've only been doing it for 5 months and I've been hitting some pretty insane results, but that just goes to show that if you just make the small improvements every single day and you focus on your skills every day, if you just put that on your goal list, if you write it down every single day, I want to get 1% better every single day, right? In 5 months, right, you'll be at 150% better than you were when you started, right? But it's first about hitting that 1% and then the 2% and then the 3, 4, 5. Just every single day, get better. Work on your skills. What are you listening to? You can't change your life and then change your thinking. You must change your thinking first. What are you doing every single day? What are you doing every single night? Are you playing Rocket League? Are you playing Fortnite? Or are you listening to Jim Rohn, Grant Cardone? Are you listening to people that are going to help you, right, improve your skills? So if you're bad on the phone, if you have horrible phone sales skills, I recommend you listen to some of these people, right? Listen to Grant Cardone. I don't fully agree with everything that Grant Cardone says. Matter of fact, I really don't agree with most things that he says as far as his strategies go, but just by listening to these types of people, you can gain confidence. And confidence is something that you need if you're going to sell on the phone. You need to be able to have some level of confidence, some level of enthusiasm while you're selling. Otherwise, how are you going to be able to transfer that enthusiasm or confidence onto somebody else? How is somebody going to trust you to buy your service if you don't even believe in it yourself? Or if they don't think that you believe in it just by, again, your sales skills, right? Are you enthusiastic? Are you confident? Do you know everything about your product? Do you know how to handle objections? If you don't know these things, it's important that you know at least that you got to start making these changes and getting better every single day and improving those skills. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I just want to make a quick video sharing some insight on how I do outreach for my SMMA. So guys, if you could please follow my Instagram. I'm really trying to grow that Instagram account just for social proof, because I want to start doing some more outreach on social media. So please guys, follow me right now. If you love this video, give it a like, subscribe. Algorithm, please save me. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys when I see you guys.